Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and this is Pointless, the quiz show where fewer points mean the better your chance of winning. Let's meet today's players. So we welcome back Gavin and Louise. You were on the show last time. Everyone, of course, gets 2 chances to reach our Pointless final. Remind us how you did last time.
We lost in the head-to-head. Lost 2-1 in the head-to-head.
It was that sections of the orchestra question. It saw you off. Louise, may I commend you on your country shirt? Look at that. That's a fabulous shirt. I'm guessing hidden behind your name badge, there might be 3 more bits of livestock there.
There are more livestock on there,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you for making such a fabulous effort. Very best of luck to you on the show today. Welcome to Joanna and Phil.
Hi.
How do you two know each other?
We met in a delivery room a few years ago, and we've kept in touch ever since.
That's the best answer I've had to that question for a father and daughter team. Very good. I'm assuming it's not father and midwife team. Well, sorry, Joanna, what am I talking about? Of course, it's father and daughter team. What do you do, Phil?
I'm a company director.
Very good. And Joanna?
Criminal lawyer.
Criminal lawyer. Wow. What a team. Have we got any criminal law questions coming up?
I don't think we've ever had a criminal lawyer on the show before, or anyone that clever.
Not as a contestant. Very best of luck to you. And we welcome Simon and Kay Lee. How do you two know each other?
We're actually engaged. We're getting married next year. Met each other about 9 years ago in a club in Manchester called Rock World.
Rock World?
Rock World. It's now closed down, though, unfortunately, but...
Simon, 9 years it's taken you.
Yeah. 9 years.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, I hope it doesn't take you that long to get through to the final of Pointless.
Hopefully not.
Very best of luck to the pair of you. And finally, we welcome back Gillian and Leslie. You were also on the show last time. Remind us how you did.
We didn't do very well. We only got to the first round.
You did the first
but
round.
But there was only 1 point in it, though.
There was only 1 point, exactly. Exactly. It was the G20. Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was that, yeah.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Very good. Well, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. Finally, let me introduce the man for whom no fact is too obscure. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya.
How do you like that? This time you're neither a lexicon, a compendium, a shelf, an encyclopedia. You're just a man.
Just a man.
You're just a man.
It's like, finally, as years of surgery have paid off, I'm recognised for what I am, what I was born as.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Great show today. We've got a very good returning pair who were in the head-to-head last time, but so I thought they might go all the way, but that was before I knew we had a criminal lawyer and a company director on board. Quite often on the show we have questions where you get a groan from the contestants, because they're quite hard, usually once a show. Guarantee you, question 1, there will be a groan from these contestants. Guarantee. So stick around for question 1 at least.
OK. Thanks very much. Now, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but remember, this is Pointless, so we're after the obscure answers that those 100 people didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. What everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, if it happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at an unbelievable £5,000. There you are. Let's play Pointless. So in the first round, each of you must give me 1 answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. And do be careful, because if anyone gives an incorrect answer, they will score the maximum of 100 points. OK, our first category this afternoon is sport. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many 2010 Formula 1 drivers as they could. Where's the groan?
I think they're deliberately not groaning, because I said they would.
They're groaning inwardly. OK, Rich.
Yeah, we're looking for any driver who's competed in the 2010 Formula 1 World Championships. We won't be counting test drivers, so for those of you thinking, I'll go for one of the test drivers, afraid not. So any driver who's competing in the 2010 World Formula 1 Championships.
OK, thanks, Richard. Right, Gavin and Louise, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first.
Don't even know if I've got the name right, but I'm going to go for Jensen Button.
Jensen Button.
Probably wrong.
OK, you're hoping to score as few points as possible. Let's see how many people said Jensen Button. Well,
It's not 100.
I tell you what, it's not 100, Louise. Jensen Button scores you 86. Richard?
Yeah, the 2009 world champion, Jensen Button.
OK, Joanna.
Yeah, I do like Formula One. I've been a little bit unable to watch it due to little people this year.
What, so leprechauns? What? Well,
They're kind of more naughty than leprechauns, to be fair.
Our elves.
yeah, those little people. So remember, we are looking for Formula One drivers, the 2010 season Formula One drivers.
I think I'm going to say Sebastian Vettel.
OK, Sebastian Vettel. Let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. Sebastian Vettel. That's right. Could be a good answer. 19. Impressive score, Joanna. Richard.
Yeah, good answer. Sebastian Vettel drives for Red Bull, German driver.
OK, very good now. Kaylee.
To be honest, it's on at times of the day when I'd prefer to be asleep, from what I'm aware, so I know very little about it.
OK.
I want to go for Lewis Hamilton,
Lewis Hamilton.
who goes out with one of the Pussycat dolls, or did, or does, or I don't
I'm not sure that's going to score you any fewer points, but I like it.
So I know he's...
OK,
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton.
please.
Well, you're hoping to score as few points as possible. Jensen Button scored 86. Let's see what Lewis Hamilton scores. Lewis Hamilton. Is right. And it scores less than Jensen Button. That scores you 82. Lewis won't like that, but it's good news for you. Richard.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. He's Jensen Button's teammate at McLaren and also a world champion. Again, he's early 20s, multi-millionaire, going out with a pussycat doll. But is he happy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. He's delirious.
And now then, Leslie.
Yeah.
I know that you've been itching to get your turn because you are going to dazzle us with maybe a pointless answer.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, I do. I do think so.
The only two I know is Jensen Button and Lewis Hamilton. And they've already
Here's
been
fun.
said.
You're going to have to make one up.
I have watched it before, and I know their names, but
Just, yeah.
I'm sure there's one, I'll just have to go for Riser. So,
Riser.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but I know it's not that.
Maybe, by
No.
delay enough, maybe someone called Riser can start in Formula One, make a bit of a name for themselves while I filibuster here. You're hoping to score as few points as possible with a nice, obscure Formula One driver called Riser. Let's hope it's correct, and if it is, let's see if anyone said it. Riser. Oh, dear. Unfortunately, Riser is a wrong answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. You're not that far ahead of the people who said Button and Hamilton. So don't be too downhearted by that. Richard.
Yeah, the good news is none of our 100 people said Riser. The bad news is because...
She was Gorbachev's wife.
She was Gorbachev's wife and literally made it no further than Formula 2,
Not
I'm
bad
afraid.
in a real... OK, very good. We're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Pretty high scoring in the first pass, with one notable exception. Gillian and Leslie on 100, Simon and Kaylee, 82, Gavin and Louise, 86. All of you are going to have to make an effort in the next pass to answer as obscurely as you possibly can. Fabulous answer from Joanna. You're looking very good for going through to the next round. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So, Gillian.
Yes.
You are on 100. You are the high scorers. How good is your Formula One knowledge?
I've never watched Formula One in my life. I only knew Lewis Hamilton, and that's it. But I'll have a guess.
You're going to have a guess or make one up?
Well, I'm going to go for an old one. He might have started driving again. Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher.
Yes.
He might well have started driving again, but did he? So let's see if Michael Schumacher is correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Michael Schumacher. It's right. Very, very, very good, Gillian. A brilliant answer. Scores you 58, brings your total up to 158. Richard?
Yeah, brilliant answer and brilliant logic. He did exactly that. He gave up and then started again in 2010. 7-time world champion.
Very good. That might be just enough to see you into the next round. Might be.
Hopefully.
Let's see what happens. Simon, I'm guessing you know a lot about Formula One.
Well, I've watched quite a few of them, and I'm torn between two. I think I'm going to go for another German, Timo Glock.
Timo Glock. OK, you are on 82. You want to score 75 or less to avoid becoming the highest scorers. There is your red line. Below that, you're through to the next round. Let's see if Timo Glock is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Timo Glock. It's good enough. It might be better than that. Oh, brilliant, Simon. Fantastic low-scoring answer. That scores you 4, our lowest score yet, and takes your total up to 86. Richard?
Yeah, brilliant answer, Simon. Timo Glock, he is German, drives for Virgin Racing. He's the guy that Lewis Hamilton famously overtook on the last lap to win his world championship. Thanks
very much, Richard. Now, Phil. So remember, we are looking for Formula One drivers, the 2010 season Formula One drivers. You are currently on 19. It doesn't matter what you score. You are through to the next round, come what may, even if you say something that you've just made up. What are you going to give me?
I can think of a couple left. I was going to go for Sebastian Vettel.
No, right, sorry, yes, good.
Yeah. But I'm going to go for a safe bet and Felipe Massa.
Massa. Felipe Massa. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. It's a low score. Very good indeed, Phil. That scores you 17 and takes your total up to 36. Richard?
Yeah, again, very good answer. Drives a Brazilian driver, drives for Ferrari.
Very good. Now, the moment of truth. Gavin, you and Louise are on 86. The high scorers at the moment are Gillian and Leslie on 158. You have to score 71 or less with your answer.
If it had been NASCAR, it would have been fine.
Oh, all right, NASCAR. Round 3, I think, NASCAR, isn't it?
NASCAR is round 3, yeah. It's banger racing, round 2.
I've sat here with 2, and luckily one's left, so I'm going to have to go for Mark Webber.
Mark Webber. Intake of breath from the audience, but a nod from Simon of reassurance. Don't worry, said Simon. There is your red line. Oh, dear. Tense moment for Gillian and Leslie. I think they were hoping that you were going to have to make up a name. Maybe he has. Maybe it's all a bluff. Mark Webber. Mark Webber. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. It's good enough. A very good answer, Gavin. That scores you 25, takes your total up to 111. Richard?
Yeah, Mark Webber is Sebastian Vettel's Australian co-driver for Red Bull. So very good answer and a very, very good way of getting through to round 2. Well, there were 3 pointless answers actually out there. Well done if you got any of these at home. Let's take a look at all 3 of them. There's Kobayashi, the Sauber driver, Lucas de Grassi, who drives for Virgin Racing, and Vitantonio Liuzzi from Force India. All of those are pointless, so very well done if you got any of those. In terms of racer, the name the closest name is Pedro de la Rosa.
It was that one, yeah.
There we go. Well, Pedro de la Rosa would have scored you 4 points. So.
OK, so thanks very much, Richard. At the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score is Gillian and Leslie again, round 1. Oh, we haven't seen you beyond round 1.
I know.
So who'll be watching now? Who'll be watching you at home, shouting at the screen?
Nobody, hopefully.
haven't done well in terms of pointless, but you have covered yourselves in glory in terms of being very brave and very bold. And you've played the game the right way. Sadly, you've just got the wrong answers. That's just how it happens. Anyway, this was your second chance, so I'm afraid we do say goodbye to you now, but you've been wonderful contestants. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one of the teams is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. The category for round 2 is cinema. There you are, cinema. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so the question is film quotes and their films. In this round, we're going to show you some famous movie quotes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to tell us which movies they came from. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you 6 quotes in each pass, and obviously the more obscure the quote, the fewer points that you'll score. If you give us an incorrect answer, you'll score 100 points, and see how many of them you can get at home.
OK, your first 6 are... A boy's best friend is his mother. Here's looking at you, kid. I could have been a contender. Are you liking the voice I'm putting on for all these?
Are you putting on a voice?
Yes, I'm...
I should listen up. Or do go on.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. We rob banks. Stupid is as stupid does. OK, here we are. A boy's best friend is his mother. Here's looking at you, kid. I could have been a contender. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. We rob banks. Stupid is as stupid does. OK, so Louise, what are you laughing about?
No, don't like those. Can I have some more?
Yeah,
Don't
sure,
like
yeah,
them
you have some more.
ones.
Can we have 6 more, please? Louise doesn't like those. You're not a film fan, Louise?
I am, but I can't think of most of those quotes. I'm going to go for a very obvious answer, but an answer that I'm confident of, rather than 100 points.
OK.
So, stupid is as stupid does is Forrest Gump.
Stupid is as stupid does is Forrest Gump. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that. That's not a terrible score, Louise. 19.
Yeah, stupid is as stupid does. It's one of the sayings that Forrest Gump says his mother, Sally Field, tells him.
Joanna, we are looking for the movies that these quotes come from. You have 5 left on the board to choose from. Do you watch a lot of films?
I do, but
Do you remember dialogue from films?
No,
That's the thing.
no, I honestly don't. I remember nice-looking men and good action scenes. And I'm drawing a blank, so I'm going to have to be obvious. I'm going to have to go with, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, and hope it's Gone with the Wind.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. You are hoping is from Gone with the Wind. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew it. Well, it's right. 55. 55, that scores you. It's always a sensible thing in this round, though. Much better that than 100. Richard.
Yeah, spoken by Rhett Butler, of course, at the end of the film. He did, though, didn't he?
He did
give a damn, I think.
Yeah. Come on, Rhett.
Really? You didn't give a damn? I think you protest too much, my friend. I think you give plenty of a damn. That's what I think. Don't you think? That's my reading of the film.
That's what I think too, Richard.
Yeah.
We concur on that. Simon, we are looking for the movies... Sorry, back to the game. We are looking for the movies from which these quotes have been lifted. You have got 4 left to choose from, and you're the last person to have this selection, so please feel free to talk us through them. I have a feeling you know all these.
I know the quotes, but I can't think of the films. The top 3, I can picture the films, and I'm pretty sure they're all big films, but I just can't think what they are. So I'm going to take a guess at We Rob Banks, and I'm going to guess at Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
You're saying Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels for We Rob Banks. Yeah. Let's see if that's correct. Maybe it is, and let's see how many people knew that We Rob Banks comes from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Unfortunately, that is a wrong answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. But it was a brave effort. Richard.
Yeah, tough luck, brave effort. If I give you the full quote, then I'll give you another go. The full quote is, "This is Miss Bonnie Parker. I'm Clyde Barrow. We rob banks."
That was Bonnie and Clyde.
It's from Bonnie and Clyde, of course. It's a terrible catchphrase, "We rob banks."
It's terrible.
It's too obvious.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the other three. Here's looking at you, kid. What do you think?
Casablanca, yeah.
Casablanca, exactly right. That would have scored you 31 points. I could have been a contender.
On the waterfront?
On the waterfront. Marlon Brando would scored you 7 points. And a boy's best friend is his mother.
I have no idea.
It's exactly right. Spoken by Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates.
Oh.
What a psycho that guy was, wasn't he?
Yeah, wasn't he? Really, first time I saw that film, didn't scare me at all. Second time, scary. OK, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. OK. Well, it's a wide field, as it always is. Simon and Kaylee. Oh, dear, Kaylee, you've got a mountain to climb in the second pass. Joanna and Phil, not bad there, 55. Could be better, but Gavin and Louise, fantastic. Great answer from Louise there. So, yes, Gavin, keep that up and you should be through to the head-to-head. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more movie quotes on the board, and here they are. We have got, "On my signal, unleash hell. You talking to me, there's no place like home. This is Sparta. The dress is for sale, I'm not. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." Let's read those again. "On my signal, unleash hell. You talking to me, there's no place like home. This is Sparta. The dress is for sale, I'm not. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." Remember, we are looking for the movies that these quotes have been lifted from, and you are trying to find the most obscure ones that the fewest of our 100 people knew. OK, Kaylee, you are way out in front on 100. You have to score as low as you possibly can with this answer.
Yeah.
How's that board looking to you?
The first one looked better for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some up there I don't know, and I'm not even going to hazard a guess. There's some I do know that seem, well, I think they're obvious if you know them. But like I said, there's a few on there I know, so I'm just trying to pick the one I want to go for. And I'll go for This is Sparta.
OK.
And I hope it's right. I think it's from 300.
Let's see if that is right. Let's hope it's right. 300, you're saying. This is Sparta, 300. If that's right, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Good answer. Look at that. 11. Well done, Kaylee. Very good. That's exactly what you needed to do. That scored you 11, taking your total up to 111. Richard.
Yeah, very good answer. This is Sparta, spoken by, or rather yelled by, Gerard Butler.
Very well done, Kaylee. Now, Phil, you are on 55. You have to score 55 to avoid becoming the high scorers. How's that selection of quotes looking to you, Phil? Do you know your films?
Reasonably well, yeah.
Reasonably well to know nearly all the ones there? All the ones there,
I
maybe?
know 3 of them. I think, certainly 2, maybe the third. And the third's a little bit more obscure, and I'm just wondering whether to gamble and go for that one. Or,
you see, it's all hinging on what kind of a film buff Gavin is.
OK, I'm going to go safe.
OK.
And I'm going to go On My Signal, Unleash Hell.
Which is from?
Gladiator.
Gladiator, you say? OK, there's your red line. If you come below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. On My Signal, Unleash Hell. Is that from Gladiator? If it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Oh, gets you through. Wow. That is fantastic news for you, Phil. Terrible news for Kaylee. That scores you 6, taking your total up to 61.
Yeah, surprisingly low score, I think. Spoken by Russell Crowe as Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Perhaps if he'd said it in more of an Irish accent, it would have stuck in people's minds. I don't know.
He won a Best Actor for that role.
Mm-hmm. Very good, Phil. Very good answer. Very good score. 61 is your total. Gavin, now then, you are on 19. You have to score 91 or less. That's not a massive challenge. 91 or less and you are through to the head-to-head for the second time in 2 shows. I bet you know quite a lot about films.
I thought I knew a lot, but I'll be totally honest with you, I'm struggling with those up there, so I'm going to play very safe, and hopefully it's less than 90. I'm going to go for There's No Place Like Home and Wizard of Oz.
No Place Like Home, Wizard of Oz, you're saying. There's your red line. If that gets you below the red line, you're through to the head-to-head, and we'll be saying goodbye to Kaylee and Simon. What do you think, Kaylee and Simon?
I think I'll be going home.
I think we're going home.
Well, we'll see. There's No Place Like Home, Wizard of Oz. Is it right? And if so, how many people said it? It's right. You're through. 36. That scores you, taking your total up to 55. Richard.
Yeah, very well done. Through to the next round. Let's take a look through the rest of the list, shall we? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. What's that from?
It's Donald Pleasance. It must be Goldfinger.
It's not Donald Pleasance, but it is Goldfinger.
Oh.
So, and it would have scored you 30 points. You talking to me?
Yeah, Taxi Driver.
You talking to me is from Taxi Driver. Martin Scorsese says there's a sequel planned to Taxi Driver, apparently. They've been waiting for ages. I rang him the other day. He said it's 10 minutes away. It's around the corner. I haven't seen it. Would have scored you 18 points. And this dress is for sale. I'm not.
Indecent Proposal.
It is Indecent Proposal, and that was a pointless answer. So very well done if you got that at home. Spoken by Demi Moore, and you know what? She was for sale, wasn't she?
As it turns out, she was.
She was.
Anyway, sorry, yes, thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say, is Simon and Kaylee. Dear, oh dear. I was sure you were going right through to the head-to-head and possibly further.
I'm just happy it wasn't my fault.
Oh, very good. Simon, you heard what she said.
Yeah.
Does she bear grudges?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, OK. Well, I tell you what, she won't have to bear them for long. We will see you again next time. Everyone, of course, getting 2 shots at the Pointless Final, when we'll see you, I hope, for even longer. But you have been fantastic contestants. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. So well done, Joanna and Phil. Gavin and Louise, you've made it through to the head-to-head round. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands, in case you'd forgotten, at £5,000. You are now going head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. You are now allowed to confer. That's the good news. All you have to do is come up with an answer each time that scores less than the other pair to win that point. And the first pair to win 2 points will be playing for our jackpot in the final. Let's play Pointless. OK, here's your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chemical elements with single-letter symbols as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any element from the periodic table whose chemical symbol comprises just 1 letter. There are 14 of them, and we're looking for the element, not just the letter. You can't just say a letter of the alphabet and expect to get away with it. So 14 elements on the periodic table whose chemical symbol comprises 1 letter.
OK, thanks very much, Joanna and Phil. Because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first.
We'd like to go with K for potassium.
K for potassium. Gavin and Louise.
Hydrogen. H is for hydrogen.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's an answer.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. OK, we don't know, but we're going to go with H for hydrogen.
H for hydrogen. OK, so we have K for potassium from Joanna and Phil. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it.
Yes.
Well done.
Oh, 14. Good answer. Gavin and Louise have gone for H for hydrogen. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. Well, it's right. Not bad. Look at that, 21. That was closer than you might have imagined, but after the first question, it is 1-0 to Joanna and Phil. Richard.
Yeah, potassium's a very good answer. There were a whole bunch of answers, actually, that could have beaten it, so let's take a look at what some of those were. Vanadium, which is V, that would have scored you nothing at all, as would yttrium, which is Y. Both of those are pointless answers, so very well done if you got those. Tungsten, which is, of course, W, that would have scored you 1 point. Fluorine, F, 3 points. Phosphorus, P, that would have scored you 3 points. Uranium, U, 5 points. Iodine, I, that would have scored you 7 points. Then sulfur, S on 9, and boron, B on 9. Potassium, we've already had, K, of course, scored 14 points. Nitrogen, N, 14, and then carbon, C, would have scored you 17. Oxygen, O, hydrogen, H, 21 and 21 points.
OK, here is your second question. After the first question, it is 1-0 to Joanna and Phil. Gavin and Louise, you have to get this one right to stay in the game. You have to win this point. OK, here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Wham! Top 40 singles as they could. Richard.
Yeah, periodic table, Wham! It's much the same stuff, isn't it? Yeah, we're simply looking for any Wham! Single that reached the UK top 40 as of April 2010.
OK, this time, Gavin and Louise, you get to go first.
Wham rap.
Wham! Rap. Joanna and Phil.
There's quite a few. I don't know what people have said. We're going to go for Last Christmas.
Last Christmas. We have Wham! Rap. We have Last Christmas. Gavin and Louise with Wham! Rap first. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Very good. Joanna and Phil, Last Christmas. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. "31." So that point goes to Gavin and Louise. After the second question, it is 1 apiece. Richard.
Yeah, how many top 40 singles do you think Wham! Had in their career?
Blimmin' millions.
It's 10. Just 10. Isn't
Really?
that amazing? Yeah, just 10 top 40 singles. Well, they split up quite soon, didn't they? And then George and
that's
Michael had all
true.
the hits. Let's take a look at all 10. One of them is actually a pointless answer. So if anybody at home, and I doubt this very, very much, said Club Fantastic Megamix, that would have... it's a pointless answer. It's Club Fantastic Megamix. The Edge of Heaven, Where Did Your Heart Go? It was #1 single. That would have got 3. Young Guns Go For It would have scored 3 points. Bad Boys 4, Freedom 5. Wham! Rap with 11, I'm Your Man 13, Club Tropicana, Drinks Are Free, Fun and Sunshine, etc. Would have scored you 28. Last Christmas 31, didn't get to #1 last Christmas. And Wake Me Up Before You Go Go was the most popular of all, 47 points.
Very good. Here is your third question. Whoever wins this point is in the final with a chance to play for £5,000, just so you know. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Victorian Prime Ministers as they could. Richard, Victorian Prime Ministers.
Yeah, there were 10 British Prime Ministers during the reign of Queen Victoria, including the Prime Minister at the time of her accession and the time of her death, who is the most obscure of those 10 Victorian Prime Ministers.
OK, and it's Joanna and Phil to answer first this time.
Absolutely no idea what's that.
OK, do you have an answer?
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one, is this? So we're going to take a stab at Benjamin Disraeli.
Benjamin Disraeli. OK. Gavin and Louise.
Really don't know. History again. You keep getting us with history, don't they? Go for it.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Lord Asquith.
Lord Asquith. OK, so we have Disraeli from Joanna and Phil. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Benjamin Disraeli. That's right. "27. Gavin and Louise, you're going out with a bit of a punt on Lord Asquith. How confident are you?
Not very.
Not at all.
It was just William Gladstone's going to be similar, I thought, to Disraeli, so we thought we'd take a stab. And
OK,
And
well,
go out on-
that's That's how to do it. Let's hope it pays off for you. Lord Asquith. Let's see if that's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said. Lord Asquith. Bad luck, Gavin and Louise. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, so the point goes to Joanna and Phil. After the third question, Joanna and Phil are through to the final. Richard.
Yeah, that's really tough luck. Herbert Asquith, he was Prime Minister from 1908, so not in Victorian times. There's 10 answers here. There's only one pointless answer, which goes to show the British public know as much about Victorian Prime Ministers as they do about Wham, which is it's good news, isn't it?
Pretty good, yeah.
For the Victorian society, at least, if not Wham. Let's take a look at all of them. The Earl of Aberdeen, that was the only pointless answer here, so well done if you got that. The Earl of Derby would have scored you 2 points, as would Lord Russell, Lord Rosebery and Lord Salisbury. 2 points each. Sir Robert Peel and Lord Melbourne, 4 points each. Then Lord Palmerston, 10, Disraeli, 27. And if you had said Gladstone, you still would have lost, as you suspected, 31 points.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, is Gavin and Louise. Dear, oh dear. You know, you haven't done badly at all. You've been through to the head-to-head twice. You've made it this far. So fantastic contestants. Who's going to be watching you at home? Who's going to be cheering you on?
The children will be sitting there, and our oldest son, who's at university doing marine biology, is going to rip me to shreds over chemical symbols.
Oh, really? Yes. And how much, frankly, does he know about Wham?
Not a lot.
There you are, you see. Anyway, we've been wonderful contestants. Lovely having you on the show. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for Joanna and Phil, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win £5,000. So congratulations, Joanna and Phil. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. Now, though, you have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. In the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £5,000. The rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer that no one could think of. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You just have to find one now and you go home with that money. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and here are your 3 options to choose from. You can have capital cities, transport, or screen sirens. Capital cities, transport, or screen sirens.
Can we not do transport, please? You want to do transport, don't you?
I quite like transport.
I know
yes.
you like transport.
It gets you around from place
Likes
to place.
cars, lots.
You call it. And then I can blame you.
We'll go with transport.
I like what you've done there, Joanna. That's brilliant. Joanna's called it for Phil. Transport it is. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many London Underground stations in Zone 1 as they could. Richard.
Yeah, a really tricky one. We're looking for any London Underground station that's in Zone 1 on the official Transport for London tube map of 2010.
Right, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that £5,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Zone 1 must be outskirts, mustn't it?
No, Zone 1's in it.
In the middle? Are you sure?
Yeah.
OK. Well, there's things like Elephant and Castle. Is that in the middle?
Not sure.
There's
Albert Square.
Covent Garden and Gilbert Square.
Was it lines or was it
It's stations. Covent Garden. There's the obvious ones. I don't know.
20 seconds left.
I honestly don't know.
Shall we go for Covent Garden, Elephant and Castle, Victoria?
Yeah, just go for those. We're not going to point.
OK, you have 3 answers.
Yeah, I think we'll just go for
Oh dear,
those.
it sounds like...
Not a good one for us.
Sounds like it hasn't been a good one for you.
Screen sirens, please.
OK, so your 3 answers are Victoria, Elephant and Castle, and
Covent Garden.
Covent Garden. OK, which of those do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
None of the above.
So you're not interested what order they go in? Should we
Not
put...
particularly.
We'll put Covent Garden first. Let's do that. Let's put Covent Garden first, Elephant and Castle, and Victoria. There they are. OK, we were looking for underground stations in Zone 1. This is your first crack at the jackpot. Obviously, it needs to be pointless for you to win that money. Covent Garden. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Well, it's right. Down it goes. Into the 20s, into the teens. 9.
This wasn't wrong.
It wasn't wrong. 9's a very respectable score. Sadly, it's not pointless. 9 people said Covent Garden. So, as I say, that's not a pointless answer. You have 2 shots left at today's jackpot. OK, we are looking for Zone 1 underground stations. Let's hope nobody said your next answer. This has to be pointless to win the jackpot, Elephant and Castle. Let's see if that is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. This for £5,000. It's correct. It's a correct answer. I would have thought a considerably less well-known station. Down it goes. It's for £5,000. Oh! Wow.
That is annoying.
That's really annoying, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
2 people have known that. So who'll be watching this at home?
I would imagine everybody, all work colleagues, all family, all
They're all
friends.
looking at the back of the A to Z, or the back of their diaries, aren't they now?
Shouting expletives
Shouting.
at us. Yeah.
Expletives, I was thinking maybe names of underground stations, but maybe expletives. Anyway, this is your final answer. Victoria, this has to be pointless. It has to be pointless. Please, can it be pointless? For £5,000. Let's hope it is correct, and let's hope nobody said it. Victoria. Well, it's right.
Oh, blimey.
Down it goes into the 30s, all the way down. It will win you £5,000. Unfortunately, you came so close, but you didn't manage to find that crucial pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. So that will roll over to the next show, but you have been amazing, and you do get to take home our wonderful pointless trophy. Indeed. Oh, Richard.
Yeah,
Put
tough
us out
luck,
of our
Joanna and
misery.
Phil. That's, there's some real stinkers behind those categories sometimes. But Elephant and Castle was very, very close to a pointless answer. There were 9 pointless answers. Let's take a look at some of them. Lancaster Gate, Queensway, Borough. It's a pointless answer. Aldgate and Aldgate East. Bayswater is a pointless answer. And the final 3, Euston Square, Great Portland Street and Lambeth North. Very well done if you got any of those without looking at the back of an A to Z.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Joanna and Phil. It's been fantastic having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Brilliant contestants. So nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over again, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £6,000. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.